would like to make a public comment at any point during the meeting, first sign in over at the door. There's a sheet located there. Prior to making any comment, the member of the audience must state their name and their address for the record. Okay, roll call.
Chairperson Balo.
Get right up here.
I got it right up as well. Chairperson Balo.
Here.
Vice Chair Chica Crawford. Here. Secretary Matheson.
Here.
Mr. Putz.
Here.
Mr. Lant.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Designation of alternates, we do not have any. Approval of the agenda.
Move to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Passed. Approval of the minutes.
Move to approve the minutes, the meeting minutes of April 21st, 2022.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Oh, public comment on non-agenda items only. Any public comments on non-agenda items? Okay. Thank you. That is closed. Review of BZA order of procedure for handling of appeals and initial considerations. So the Board of Zoning Appeals procedures for handling appeals, it'll be the presentation of the planner or the staff project information, the petition, the presentation of the petitioner, the receipt of the public comment. Like I said before, all public comments will be heard, and you must sign at the door with the sheet there, and you must state your name and your address when you do have your public comment. Then we'll have recommendation of the planner and the staff, and then the board deliberation actions. So tonight's item is case number A2201, Decker Residence at 614 Detroit Avenue, variance review number 1.
No.
So we don't have a planner tonight?
No, we don't. I wanted to mention that first, that our planner contacted me late last night. She has COVID, and we tried to get one of the other planners to come today, and they all go to other communities and municipalities, and we could not get one somewhere on vacation. So we'll go through this as far as we can. If we get to a point where the applicant would like to just postpone it because the planner isn't here, they can do that. I'll read through what the planner normally reads through. I don't know how many questions I'll be able to answer, but we'll just see how far we get. We couldn't cancel the meeting because we had already advertised this as a public hearing.
Understood. So this will be a presentation of by the staff
Yes.
with the planning information. Okay.
McKenna has reviewed the case for A22 Decker Residence at 614 Detroit. Application submitted by Tim Decker to construct the deck on the north side of the existing dwelling. The subject site is located in the RL Residential Lake 1 Family Dwelling Zoning District and is occupied by an existing non-conforming dwelling. The parcel is also non-conforming with respect to the minimum lot area and lot width for the district. The proposed variances that are being requested is under Article 12, Schedule of Regulations, Section 12.02 table, RL zoning district, side east yard setback. 5 feet is the minimum required, 2.90 is proposed, and the requested variance is 2.10 foot. Article 12, Schedule of Regulations, Section 12 table, RL zoning, this is the second one. A side west yard setback. 5 feet is the minimum required, 1.4 feet is proposed, 3.60 foot variance is being requested. Article 12, Schedule of Regulations, Section 12.02 table, RL zoning district, lot coverage. 40% maximum coverage permitted, 47.30% coverage proposed, 7.30% variance requested. We will wait for the recommendation after we have the public hearing and the petitioner has an opportunity to present.
Understood. Presentation from the planner is closed. Presentation from the petitioner. Please step forward, state your name and address.
Good evening. Well, I was told to read this. Last year was a challenging and changing year for us all. Wait.
State your name and address.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's
Thank
Tim
you.
Decker, and I live at 614 Detroit Avenue, Lake Orion.
Thank you.
Okay. So here, last year was a challenging, changing year for us all. Our family faced an additional challenge. I had 2 bouts with cancer, and I'm currently recovering from a knee replacement surgery. That's what brings me in front of this board to ask a variance in order to add a deck on the main floor of the house. I'm able to have easy access in order to get sunshine, vitamin D, that'll strengthen my immune system, aid my potential to prevent a 3rd bout of cancer, and enjoy the lake views. When our house was built around 1910, it complied with the ordinance that time, and now what is known as a setback. Many lake properties are non-conforming because of the way when they were built. When my home was built, everything was okay. Now with strict compliances, it's created a hindrance to add a deck. We had a survey done, and the proposed deck would stay within the current home structure and complies with the lakefront setback. Thank you in advance. That's it.
Oh, okay.
I have, do you have copies of the survey? I brought one with me.
Yeah, we actually have the
Yeah, I
plans.
got the big one if you want to see it.
Okay. Nothing else from the petitioner?
No, not at this time. Just-
Okay. Receipt of public comments. Do we actually have any public comments? Normally we have letters from the neighbors, or,
Well, the
No?
neighbors, we didn't know to get letters from them, but none of them have a problem with that. And right as we were leaving, 2 of the neighbors said, we would have wrote you a letter, and I said, well, I didn't think we needed that.
normally we send out information to everybody, what, 300 feet around the property?
Right, they all got a copy of it,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. So no public comments. Recommendation of the planner.
Recommendation and findings, subject to any additional information presented and discussed by the applicant board and/or the public during the public hearing and incorporated into the record prior to any findings being made. McKenna recommends that the Board of Zoning Appeals deny the requested variance for the property located at 614 Detroit Avenue. The recommendation is based on the following findings of fact. 1, compliance with the ordinance standards is feasible. 2, there is no justification for building a deck addition that maintains the existing non-conforming lines of the principal dwelling. 3, compliance with the ordinance standards for setbacks can be accomplished by reducing the width of the proposed deck. 4, approval of the variances is not in the interests of the neighboring property owners. 5, the parcel is already built out to the maximum lot coverage. 6, the variances requested are not the minimum possible. 7, the parcel is non-conforming but not unique. And 8, the need for the variances are self-created.
Is what?
Self-created.
Thank you for the recommendation. Board deliberation?
Can I even ask him a question?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Mr.
At this
Decker,
time.
you currently have a deck, it looks like 100, we'll just call it 137 square feet.
The what?
You have an existing deck right now of
On the
100.
side of the house. Oops, sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, can I go see what you're asking about?
Well, it just says here that you have an existing deck of 137 square feet.
That's on the side of the house.
Right.
That's the walkway to the door wall from the
It-
driveway.
And then why is that not sufficient for your needs based on what you read?
Because it doesn't face the lakefront. We wanted to get one up to the front of the lake, as you can look at the survey and see it.
Okay, so in addition to what you said.
Yeah,
and what you-
I was really struggling to read these drawings, to
Yeah,
see the,
They do have a larger one if you want.
Do they?
We
Okay.
should bring over- Can you bring over the larger drawing, please?
Yeah.
What he said and what he said and what he wrote doesn't say anything about Lakeview. He's just saying that now.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Mr. Putz would like to see it.
thanks.
This is the one on the side of the house.
So
Yeah, right along that side, correct.
But this is the proposed right here, front, which would be even with the house here.
So this is facing south.
Right, this is facing out to the lot. No, I think that's actually, that's not.
Well, that's what I thought.
Yeah, this is
The
north.
lake is actually south, so now you're talking this deck is not,
Here it is.
Well, it's facing the lake, because if you look up here. where it
Those are
says
boat
north,
walls there behind it.
Southeast,
okay,
west.
all right, okay.
Yeah. This is the house back here, and this is the parking lot, which right.
Okay, so this right here, that's your house, that is this.
Right. Right.
And then you're talking proposed on,
Other
The
side,
lake
correct.
in front of the house right here.
Yep. So yeah, you can see where your dot is there.
yeah,
So the boat dock's right here.
yeah.
So where,
The deck is right in here,
Proposed wooden.
right there, and then it goes over to here. The property line is there. If you look at an aerial view, actually both neighbors' house, when we built them, sit on my property. But I mean, they were built in 1910.
So they basically pulled the deck straight off the back of the house.
Right.
And the house is non-conforming, which makes the duck size non-conforming.
Right, and then it would be sitting, so we just had them put it, they had them do the survey, just to do it even with both sides of the house, and then come out 8 feet.
They could bring it in at, well, to meet the 5 feet. So you'd have, what, 2 feet and 2 feet on either side of the house?
Right, well, it sounds like that she was more concerned about the 8 feet. So if I brought it in a little bit, because it's 7% over the total coverage of the lot.
I'm sorry,
It's supposed to be
3.6.
40%.
The coverage, yeah.
So if it
Yeah.
was brought in, I think a foot across that distance would cover the 40%.
What's there now?
There's no deck out
You
there.
know that, just,
No.
you go out the lawn?
No, it sits up above, like when you come into the house, you're at the main level, and to get down to the water, you have to go downstairs in the basement and then go out.
Oh, so the patio brick's the basement.
Right, the patio bricks are the basement.
So your deck, you're not saying you're gonna build a deck that's 2 feet by 4 feet, are you?
No, the deck will be, as you look at it right here, it will be,
Right, what I'm saying is why
30
can't you build within the confines of not having this variance at all? Just build a smaller deck.
well, I could do that, but when we first drew it up, just wanted to put it even with both sides of the
Yeah.
Saying what
house.
he doesn't, why can't he just,
Yeah. That's why they're denying
Yeah.
it, because it's
What-
easily,
what-
just make it slightly smaller.
right,
and
what
be
size
conforming.
would the deck be if you conformed
With
and
the
didn't add
sides?
the east and the west?
Okay, what do they say in there?
They say that you're asking for this,
Two,
and you're asking for this.
It'd be 5 foot less on width of the house.
But what would it be?
It would be 5 feet less
But
total,
what-
so it would be,
Tell me
it
what
would
it
be
is.
25 feet instead of 30.
Okay, so right now, your proposed deck is 30 by what?
30 by 8.
30 by 8.
Right.
And you would make it 20,
25 by 8,
25 by 8.
yeah.
yeah.
So that would probably cover the,
Yeah, that would cover all three
concern
items.
about the 47%.
would they have to make
Would
this,
it really?
Yeah,
It's, okay.
What'd you say?
oh no, they would cover all three.
right.
Yeah.
And you're still having 20, 25 by 8.
Right, and after I did all this and I looked at it, I was in the same way I think it is used, all I needed was the full permit.
Well, instead of 225 square feet, you're going to have 200 square
Right.
feet, and then you conform to all three, so.
Right,
Yeah.
so I don't really need a variance.
No, you wouldn't at that point.
25.7.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, if you're in the confines of not
Right.
asking for any variances, you keep it to the 5 foot on the east, 5 foot to the west.
Yeah, well, I'll do that, then if you won't give me the variance, I'll have to do it.
That's what I was going to ask you, because right now it's being proposed that it be denied, and we normally don't go against the planner. So it's up to you whether, it's up to you whether you want to pull it back before we take our vote.
Well, I'll pull it back because then all I'll need is just a permit, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, I'll pull it back. After I did all this, I could have just pulled it back and I would have to spend the $900 for the variance, but I already had the ball in action and paid it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
so-
still satisfying what you wrote and what you spoke about. And then you're
Yeah, oh, yeah.
satisfying the coverage and you're still getting a 200 square foot deck.
Right, yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I mean, if that's what I have to do, that's fine. Yeah. It isn't gonna matter that much, 2 feet on one side and 2 feet on the other. You know, it'll still be 8 foot out, it'll still be very usable.
Still a big deck. It'll be
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, it
I'm
is.
sorry.
It's a big deck, it'll be nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
25 by 8, yeah.
I'm
So-
sorry about your health issues, but
Oh, yeah, it
hopefully 200
happens.
square feet will get you some.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it, yeah. So are you guys gonna vote on it?
Do you- Well, that's the question. Are we done deliberating here?
Well, I have one more question for you. If he rescinds his request, do we even have a vote?
No, if he rescinds the request, we do not have a vote.
Right.
But if we do have a vote, and then he redoes it and realizes that he needs to come back for something, he can't reapply for 1 year.
Oh, so I can pull it back.
So that's why I'm asking
So it's
whether,
best for him to rescind.
it's best for him to
You
rescind
have
it.
to pay money to get on.
To get on this, I have no idea.
Yeah.
This was $895
Yeah, 95.
apply for the variance.
I didn't know
So
that.
if you pull it back, you get your money back?
No.
No,
I don't think so.
no, I don't
I
think so.
think 750.
The 95 bucks is to be able to put it in the newspaper and notify the neighbors.
And then the planner.
Yeah, and the planner, yeah, correct.
So just off the record, Roger, if you rescind your request, we don't vote.
Right,
And
then
then you just go and you build your deck in compliance. But as,
I just get a permit then. right?
yes.
Yes,
but
correct.
As he's saying, if when you pull the permit and you start to do construction and you feel like something is needed, by rescinding it, you can then reapply for a variance.
Do I have to pay the fee again?
I do not know that. I would say yes,
Yeah.
probably.
But also, if you rescind it, you can apply right away. If you
Well,
don't rescind it, you stop a year.
All right, well, I'll just resend it and make it a little bit smaller.
Pardon me, Miss Susan. If he rescinds this,
I'm sorry, but we could not hear all that discussion.
oh, I'm sorry, we're kind of deliberating here, and he was explaining the drawing to
That's
us.
fine, no problem. We can hear all.
He's actually talking about rescinding it and pulling it back and fixing the variances for the size. So if he does that and gets to the point where he's pulling his permit and does find another issue, does he have to repay the 95 bucks if he has to come back in front of us?
Well, the issue
I'm
is,
just asking.
yeah, the issue is if you pull the deck back, the 2 side variances would not be required, but it still doesn't address the lot coverage, which is the 3rd variance.
It'd be
I thought those
close.
two-
Yeah, it does.
And I don't, did you calculate?
Yeah, I thought I did.
Yeah,
I
it'd be
mean, I
darn
thought-
close.
Were you able to calculate it?
Just,
Because we would have to figure, the variance is less than what was published, so we don't have to republish.
Okay,
So that takes care of that, but I'm sorry, but I don't know how to calculate that lot coverage.
Yeah, neither do
Because
I.
that's still a
Neither do I. I
variance
just
that's
figured if it
required.
was-
If you vote on it,
Well, if we take,
I mean, you can do what you want, but
originally it was
I'm just
35.
cautioning you that
So now we're
if you
taking
make a
25
decision
by
today, it won't
Right,
be
so
the
25 by
decision.
80.
You
Okay.
can't come back. If we can't make the decision, it's best to postpone it to the next meeting and let the planner recalculate calculations
Okay.
and see where
That would be
we're
the
at,
best.
and then just come back to the next meeting. And again, because it's less, we don't have to publish.
okay. Okay,
So
thank you.
come in, right now it's 7% over, which is 200, what you say?
45, you know, 245. it says.
Oh, it says it right in there? Yeah. So if we go to the smaller size, it will only be,
Mr. Decker?
yes, sir.
I would propose to you, and it's up to you, that you rescind for now, redo your calculations, and then run it by the planner when our engineer is actually here and in, and then,
And they will recalculate.
and they will recalculate for you, and then if you need a variance at that point, then it's your decision whether to come back in front of us or not.
So where do I pull the permit, here or the township?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
I said, where do I pull the permits at, here or the township?
The permit permits are pulled at the township. And
No, it
because,
needs
like
to
I
be
said, we
recalculated.
don't have to wait, we can do this at the next meeting, because the variance is less than what you
Well, she
originally
said it
asked
doesn't need to be
for,
published again.
unless you need for coverage.
Right, well, I don't need it. Our issues, we're gonna pull 5 again, so it's 5 times.
He's 20,
It's not right now, because
So it comes under.
Okay, you want to, I don't,
yeah, it'll be close.
Well, right now, when you read through this, before he adds a deck, it's like, I've got a couple hundred square feet under the 40%.
well, they want to calculate.
So that's the difference.
I'm not taking responsibility.
Let me see if I can find it. When I read this, it's,
I'm not an engineer, so I'm not, oh, yeah, wrong time.
Is 1,600.
because as it stands now, it's, okay. I read it in here a little bit. Currently, without the whole deck, it's under. So that's why I'm going to pull that out. It's different.
oh, he's got some to make up in addition to now making the deck smaller. Okay,
No, the house is under,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
and the deck, if we do it, pull it on both sides, you said 5 feet, right?
Yeah. I would recommend that you run this by our engineer
Yeah,
and recalculate the numbers.
Hey Siri, give me a calculator.
Board, any more deliberation on this?
I think we've given good guidance on it.
Yeah, I think we have to. Mr. Decker, what would you like to do? I'm giving you a
I'm
choice.
gonna rescind it and just fill the permit up because I'll be within all the variances.
Okay,
I'll be within compliance. Deck just by pulling the sides, if I have to pull it in, one board toward the front of
okay,
it to get it under the 240.
okay,
Because the planner is objected to it.
okay.
And then personally, after I did all this, I'm looking at it, if I just made it a little smaller, I would have used,
Good. Okay.
Right,
but I already paid the money, so.
okay.
Ms. Susan, for the record, Mr. Decker is Mr.
Decker.
Decker is proposing that we rescind this,
But you just,
and he's going to run it by Vidya and the planner.
I'm seeing if I can call the law. I'm sorry, what was the question?
No question, statement.
Okay.
hey guys, have a good day.
Sorry, sir.
Good luck with the deck building.
Chairperson
Okay, thanks.
Balo, could we recess for 5 minutes? I just want to confirm what we're doing is correct with the planner.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I ask her to do the calculation to ask her to about the
Depending on how quick she can do it. Why not?
Too bad we can't do Zoom while we're here.
Correct. You could have been doing it right there.
And we're doing it right on the screen.
with the deck pulled back and then just calculate the coverage, they'll calculate the coverage.
Perfect.
So she said that we need to postpone it to the next meeting.
Okay. So then,
Another month,
I'm sorry?
next meeting's in another month.
2 weeks.
2 weeks if you want it.
But I think if you get the coverage is okay, if you don't need a variance, then does he need to
Yeah.
come back?
Well, if the coverage is okay, then he doesn't have to come back, but they have to confirm that the coverage is.
We should have calculated that quicker.
So I don't have to have a variance of 245 feet, right?
Well, yeah, I'm just saying what the planner says, they have to look at it again with the new plan to see that the coverage does not need the variance.
Yeah.
I mean, you may calculate it, but they have to confirm it.
Yeah, correct.
But if I'm not asking for a variance, I don't have to do it.
Correct. You're absolutely correct.
I think you still have to,
About 245 feet.
you would still have to submit a plan to be sure it's compliant with the zoning ordinance.
Yeah, when
That has to
he
be,
pulls his permit.
whether you need it or
Yeah,
not.
when he pulls the permit.
When I pull the permit,
Yeah.
Yep, correct.
if I pull the 245 feet off. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I said, I'm sorry that you have to come back.
Oh, it's okay, but if I just pull the permit, I don't have to do that.
Nope, correct.
No variance,
Yep.
you can come back.
Just one moment.
So,
Will, when he pulls a permit, will they do the
yes,
coverage?
yes, I do.
Calculation?
Yes, I do.
The last quarter,
Yep.
that is for the corrected survey.
My
that's for the
understanding
corrected
is
survey.
that when you do a project,
And then they'll also do the coverage
first
calculation.
to confirm that it
Okay, I
is
wasn't
supposed
sure
to.
if just the planner did that or if,
Then you can, once
make
that's
sure it
done,
meets everything.
because we sent the paperwork.
because I think he's not understanding. He's saying, oh, I'll just change my deck and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
But once he does that, they'll do the calculation.
and tell him whether he
And if
complies.
he's in compliance, fine. If he has to come back, he's only really coming back for C.
He still needs to get his calculations checked,
Right.
and then so he has to redo his permit, submit it. If the planner says,
Right.
it's permit,
Exactly.
takes his permit, they'll check, the building department.
You're welcome. I would still postpone it just in the event that the calculations work out that he might need a minor variance. And then this way we won't have to go through the whole process again. So I would recommend that you
So it's a
postpone this
motion to
issue.
postpone or a motion to table?
No, it's got to postpone.
Okay,
Table,
motion to
just
postpone?
Do it to the end of the meeting.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 So if I put in the range, I don't have to come back to it.
Yes.
You're correct.
I
You're
just want,
absolutely correct. So,
all right, thanks.
thank you.
Yep, thank you, good luck.
With that,
You too.
good night. Next regularly scheduled BZA meeting is June 7th.
That's correct.
Okay,
It's a Tuesday.
If he has to come back, we could probably do that on June 7th.
That's a Tuesday,
What is it?
yes.
Oh, maybe I typed it wrong.
First, June 2nd.
June 2nd.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Good catch.
Right
Thank
now,
you.
do we have anything?
We don't, but we have to wait till Mr.
Right.
Decker brings his plans in because
Yeah.
we might have to look at that case
yeah,
again.
yeah, understood.
But as of right now, we have nothing on the calendar.
June 2nd, correct?
Yes.
What date is the next meeting?
June 2nd.
June 2nd, if you have to come back, otherwise we have nothing on the docket. So it's really up to you guys whether we have our next meeting. Okay, good.
You want me to call somebody, we don't need to come back, or we already know?
You're still going to need to bring that plan in without those, bringing the deck in.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to, you guys do your meeting.
Okay, we'll finish up then. Okay. So next regularly scheduled meeting, June 2nd. Thank you. So please fix it in the agenda. Yeah. Okay. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Have a nice night.